if younger women started to listen to older women with more experience about not even bothering with men know that that is the greatest threat to the extinction of their preferred lifestyle, to men's privilege, to men's existence. And that's why they hate us.
One of the reasons why I've had such an amazing life is because my mom raised me when she was a bitter, divorced woman. I'm not even exaggerating. She talked so much crap about men, like without even saying it, like under her breath remarks. So she'd be like, yeah, if they ever pay for it, or like, don't count on them to blah, blah, blah. Like it wasn't even like some of my favorite content creators on here are divorced women. Those women are going to tell you the truth more than anyone. And that's why, like, if I had any advice to give younger women, especially in their 20s, like late teens, 20s, even into like your early 30s, depending on, what your goals are and what you want in life or whatever. But even still, don't believe men. Assume the worst in all of them until proven otherwise. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. And listen to divorced women. Are some divorced women pissed and hate men and never want to mess around with them ever again? Absolutely. Some of them are in the phase of that and may never leave, which I totally respect because they actually understand just how high the stakes are to marry a man. In this current system of patriarchy, be a wife to a man is risking like your life being ruined, totally ruined. And they understand that. So they're not messing around. They're not like, oh my God, are you going to get married? Like the fog has lifted. The rose-colored glasses are off. And then the other group, and this is why I do my content, because I learned, I feel bad talking about my husband in a good way because I am such a cynical person when it comes to dating, from lived experiences and from the lived experiences of all the women I know. And you know what I mean? Like, very healthy women, the healthiest women I have ever met have still been totally screwed by men. You know what I mean? Like, none of us are getting out of this, like, not hurt, if not just completely gone through the ringer and mangled and, like, or even just alive. But one of the reasons why I decided that I should actually talk about some of the stuff that my husband does is so that women expect more from men instead of just assuming they're capable of this. This is how we found out that weaponized incompetence was a thing, because we all thought, because we believed they're so smart, y'all, they just adapt. We believed that men just couldn't do it. We didn't realize that it's that they wouldn't do it. They won't do it. They don't want to do it. They're lazy and they want to exploit us and suck the life out of us and be parasites until we say no more, right? And you know who exposed that lie the most? Happily married women with partners who are doing all that work. That's why we love them. We're like, wait a second. Your husband changes diapers, cleans the house, does the mental load, doesn't call you and ask you how to do things all the time. You know what I mean? People are like, no, that can't be true. Because they convinced all of us. And even in my comments still, women will say this, and I understand why, because I have to catch myself, because I still say it sometimes. It's like, men can't regulate their emotions. Oh yeah, they can. Watch them at work. Watch them in front of their buddies. They know how to regulate. They won't regulate them around us because they don't care. And they also, they use their moods to manipulate us and control us and keep us on edge and keep us walking on tiptoes around little baby as long as he doesn't cry. Don't cry, little baby, it's okay. Right? That's what men do to us because they know it works. And the people who are exposing that, women married to men who don't do that. When I was a babysitter, like a nanny or whatever in LA, and I babysat for this amazing couple, and the husband be like, yeah, it's so weird. Every time we go out on vacation and stuff, every single time I am hands-on, and I'm in charge of everything, or just as much as her. Women stare at me and they say things to him. They say things to her like, wow, what a good dad. Wow. And he's like, it's so weird. Like, are men not doing this? No, that's why women are leaving. Because it's easier to parent alone. Even with the stigma, even with the hit to your finances, all that stuff, All the divorced moms that I know are so much happier. They have fuller lives. It was harder in the beginning, and now they're doing great. So it's not just, it's older women who are willing to tell you the truth. And as my mutual, hopefully you're following, she said in one of her follow-up videos that a lot of the older generation, they didn't tell us the truth and they screwed us. But my mom, because she went through a divorce when I was starting at the age of 4, so from 4 until 16, she was not a fan of men. She had no hope in men. She's remarried now, and she's been with her husband for a long time. But during my most formative years, she told me the truth because she had lost faith in men. She believed that they are all a bunch of freeloaders who didn't want to do anything, who literally just, she didn't say king baby, I took that on. King baby, they're all a bunch of king babies. They don't want to do anything. They want to sit in their lazy boy or their throne and drink their beer and watch their TV and research literally anything stupid, but not do any work in terms of, I don't know, how to make your wife come, or I don't know what color her eyes are, what she might want for Mother's Day, where your kids go to school. They can't be bothered with that information because they don't care. It's not because they're incapable. They can memorize all the statistics for fantasy football. My dad had a big old chart. I mean, this man knew so much. But he spelled my name wrong my entire life until the day he died. And in his memoir, which is the worst thing I've ever read, in the thank yous or whatever, when he's talking about his kids, he said that my sister was an elementary school teacher. We have no idea where he got that. But if you ask him a question about football, he knew everything. Older women, divorced women, happily married women, not the ones who are like, oh my God, I love my life, my husband, I don't have to. No, I mean the ones who their husbands are doing things that only women do. You know what I mean? There's a difference. But divorced women, my mutuals especially, you will always hold a place in my heart. I love you more than anyone. Divorced women, because my mom wasn't just only a divorced single mom, all her friends were. So they all hated men. They were all newly divorced and hated men and couldn't be bothered with men. Those were my mentors. That and designing women. And that's why I didn't bother dating for most of my 20s, half my 30s. Didn't bother because I got the message. Men will deter you, maybe ruin your life, definitely exploit you. So center yourself. And that's what I did. And it's maybe one of the proudest things of my whole life, of all my accomplishments. That is something I'm most proud of. And yet I was the most shamed for by society. Choose your mentors wisely. They will change your life. And any woman that's trying to hard sell you on marriage,